What's up, YouTube? So this will be a different video. I never really show off my outdoor stuff. It's always my indoor. So anyway, this is my tomatoes that I got growing. And what I did was, on this side, I put a raised bed in. And the problem with sometimes with raised beds is they dry out so fast, especially when you first get them going. So what I do on this one, see, I treat my outdoor stuff completely different than my indoor. So I got peppers growing. Let me see here. You can see all the peppers in there. They're pretty nice. This one's loaded with them. I got this pepper plant from April. She gave it to me before I left Ocala. She's a real nice lady. These I planted I'll plant all my outdoor stuff from seed. I don't buy any plants from Bonnie, anywhere like that, man, because a lot of times they have diseases, you know, blight, fusarium, spotted wilt, all that shit. So anyway, you can see these are all my peppers, and I got eggplants. So what I do on these is I set up this irrigation system on them, and basically what it is, it's just like a 4-way timer. I kind of did something like this down in Ocala, but the guy I was working with said, no, we can't do that, we need to hand water. But anyway, that's a whole other story. So I got them on this timer, and it's got 4 ports on it, and they just run down into these pipes, and there's 4 zones, because a lot of times you can't feed. See, there's my tomatoes right there. They're coming in. They're pretty nice tomatoes. I got about another week or 2 left on them, and I got Big Beef Plus, and I got Celebrity Plus on this side. I got another garden that's a lot bigger. On the other side, it's huge, but this is like the stuff that we eat. My other garden is more like for canning and stuff. This is for like tomato sandwiches, you know, shit like that. So anyway, I got it on a timer, and what I do is I've got chickens, so I put a lot of chickens, compost and stuff like that. So all the dirt that I get out of my indoor, I fill it up into these beds, and I add, you know, compost, earthworm castings, grass, any kind of grass that I can cut out here. And I put that in my raised beds. So, and then all I do is I use, I went to the drip.com, and I just order all these pipes. So I don't use manifolds in here. All I do is just drill a hole a little bit smaller than this line, and you just stick it right into the hole, and you can see I got these little emitters on there. Right here, there's an emitter that goes over there. So all they do is they just feed the entire bed, so you never have to worry about your raised beds drying out. And I also plant turnips in them. I got some bugs, these worms that come out here and try to eat them, but I spray spinosad on this stuff. It's called Monterey Garden Insect Spray. I spray about once every 2 weeks, and that keeps the bugs out. And it's pretty organic. Spinosad's like a natural bacteria that bugs don't like. So anyway, so yeah, man, that's what I do on these raised beds. I just run 4 zones, and each zone goes off at the specific time. So what'll happen is, if you don't do that, you'll end up with like less water down towards the end. If you try to do this is 40 feet. So if you try to do a 40-foot run on one line, you won't get enough water on the end. So I split it into zones, and it works out perfect, man. These tomatoes, this is a midnight snack. As you can see, I got so many tomatoes in this shit, and they just grow out these clusters. It's called midnight snack, and I've always done really well with this variety. Yeah, you see, they just throw out all these little clusters, and they're actually a pretty good tasting tomato, man. I love tomatoes. I'm Italian, so I just love tomatoes. I make tomato juice and spaghetti sauce, and we just do it all, man. And so anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys, because I never really do this. It's like I'm always talking about cannabis and indoor. YouTube's always going to like content block me, age restrict my stuff, so whatever. I don't care. I can't stand watching YouTube videos with 200 commercials, so why would I do that to other people? You know what I'm saying? It's like I was trying to watch some video yesterday on these guys, And it was like every freaking 5 minutes, dude. It was an ad and a commercial. Then they sit down and talk about selling bullshit. It's like, come on, dude. You know, I get it. You're trying to make some money off of it or whatever. But for me personally, man, this is all for like helping people. You know what I mean? Like, and I always said that from the beginning, dude. My YouTube is just dedicated to helping people grow and get better at something we all love to do. Because I'm a gardener by heart. Like, it's in my DNA. Like, every other thing that I've ever done always come back to growing. It's just something about it. I could go fishing, hunting, you name it. Build fishing rods, whatever. But this always, like, it never gets old. You know what I'm saying? So this is something that I feel like helps people. People that are having hard times in life or depression or whatever, dude. This is like the cure for that shit, man. It's like getting on a motorcycle. Everything's behind you. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's in front of you. So that's why garden is like a big deal to me. So anyway, here, let me pause it and I'll go over to my other one. All right, I'm walking over now. Come here. He's excited. Left, come here. All right. So my big garden, I use triple 13 on that. It's just a bagged fertilizer. You can buy it from any co-op. And I sometimes I'll put like calcium, magnesium in when I first plant everything, just to kind of put that calcium in the ground. Other than that, triple 13, and then I hit them again after a few weeks. But these are my tomatoes out here. We got getting a lot of rain, so it's kind of been tough. But these are my outdoor tomatoes in my big garden. And I got cages. Some of the stuff's in cages. I like cages. You know, they're pretty like stress-free. But I also do the Florida weave, which is on stakes, and then you just you just wind the string in. I like them both. They work good. Both of them work good. So anyway, yeah, I've just had a lot of rain, man, so it's been tough. But these are, I got okra coming up, and let me see what else I got. Look at that bumblebee, and they're working in flowers. I got eggplants, and then I got cucumbers. I always grow my cucumbers on a fence because I've had issues in the past with storms and stuff. So I just put up this fence, and I don't ever have any problems with storms. Yep. I got to pick them today, man. I probably got 100 cucumbers in there. My wife, she makes pickles and sweet relish, and there's one there. Look at that big cucumber hanging there. I got to get in here and pick these out today. But yeah, man, if you guys have any questions or whatever, if you wanted me to make a video on how to do something, let me know, because I'm all about it. You know what I'm saying? If you got anything that you want a question about, or have a question about, or want me to show you like the way I do it, just let me know. You know, some things are just so simple, you know, just like driving like these wooden posts. I actually cut them out of a 2x4. They're treated, and I used I use this thing right here to bend them in. It works simple. You don't tear the wood up. It's just this little, that's all it is. And it drives them wooden posts in the ground without damaging them, and then we just weave in the, we just weave the lines in to hold all the tomatoes up. Get out of there. Come on. So anyway, yeah, you guys have any questions or whatever, yeah, man, just let me know, and I'll put it up. Yeah, I got a lot of tomatoes on these plants. Yeah, but all these tomatoes are I'm turning all these into spaghetti sauce, and just sauce for eggplant parmesan and shit like that. So anyway, yeah, just let me know. Thanks for watching.